Hi everyone, I'm doing this video in my car on my phone because I have no power at the house. So I'm hoping that this will upload to Blackboard. So I wanted to talk today about funding and contracts. So today I was able to be a part of a couple of meetings in regards to the funding for the nonprofit that I am currently doing my field placement at. I never really understood the amount that kind of goes into it. So because they're nonprofit, a lot of their funding comes from fundraisers. So they're working on doing a golf tournament, which they had one previous before they opened the organization, and that is a huge source of funding for them. As well as, I guess this Friday, there's going to be a dinner held at our local Legion here, that all the proceeds for that from that dinner will benefit the Hope on Haven Hill Foundation, because currently right now they are in the process of being credentialed for their insurance. So for the residents that are in the house right now, they have yet to be paid for those residents that are there. So the money that's being used is coming from state grants that the organization has written, as well as state funding that has been given to us based on our contract with the state. We get a huge grant from TANF, from the Department of Health and Human Services, but there is still, I guess, like a $500,000 gap that is there after all of that grant money is used. We have to come up with $500,000 to help the organization to continue running, because none of the insurances have been paying yet. And when they do pay, it's only, I think they said it was $243 a day per resident for their programming, and anything else that's extra the organization pays for. So I've been learning how they've been doing the fundraising. The interim executive director that we currently have right now runs the New Hampshire Charitable Organization Foundation. So she's been doing this for quite some time. So she has been helping them kind of get on their feet in regards to what it is that they need for funding. We have a lot of private donors that come in that tour the facility as well, and will donate some money, but the majority of that is the organization. Our program director is huge in our fundraising process. She does a lot of that on her own, as well as works with the board of directors in regards to finding ways to get the funding that is needed for the residents that are in the facility. We also have a grant for our intensive outpatient program that is opening on April 3rd, which I'm very excited about. I'm looking forward to that because I get to actually do a couple more groups with that, which is wonderful. But I found out that insurances can be billed for that, which is good, but it's only $20 per person per group for an hour. So they make a little bit of money there. And then the individual counseling for the IOP is where they make a lot of money in regards to providing for their organization. So that was kind of interesting for me to learn today, as well as a little bit of grant writing. I'm not sure how that process really truly works. I didn't really kind of grasp the full concept of it today. It's very overwhelming. There's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of stipulations that come with these grants, and that come with well, not the fundraising per se, because the fundraising, the money is used and goes directly towards the organization, but the grants are stipulated. So like the TANF grant that we have, which is Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, has finally just changed one of their stipulations. Previously, it was that if there was a woman in the house who had not been reunified with her child, they would have 160 days, or TANF would not pay for them. Unfortunately, that doesn't coincide with how DCYF does their reunification process, which is 365 days. They give the parents 1 year to be able to reunify with their children. So that was a good thing to hear, so that TANF will continue to pay for these women for the year until they get reunified with their child, or for however long they're able to meet the needs of the program. So if they're discharged, obviously TANF doesn't pay anymore. So there's a lot of funding in the works in regards to getting that $500,000 gap that we need. So it's been pretty exciting to sit in on some of the meetings in regards to the golf tournament that's coming up, and trying to get sponsors in regards to that, and what you have to do to get these sponsors to offer money and whatnot. today it kind of looked like a little bit like a begging process, but it was definitely very interesting for me to learn, especially working for, being with a nonprofit organization. I've never been a part of a nonprofit before, so this has been something that has been very eye-opening for me, that, the money just doesn't fall from the trees. People have to, believe in the program, which is, I'm very thankful that everybody that's involved so far is extremely ecstatic about the program and what they stand for and whatnot. So it's been wonderful to see that. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it's going to go in the future, and how much money they get from this golf tournament. It's pretty exciting to see. So I hope that you all have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week.